Thanksgiving.
Thank you and happy Thanksgiving to our friends at Good Morning Football. Lindsay Rhodes, thankful for Super Bowl champion James Jones.
I'm thankful for you too, Linz.
Also thankful for a full day of football. We've got divisional drama, playoff implications, Game 1, Bears-Lions. What do you see happening in this one?
Must win for the Bears, and they will get it done.
We'll check in on that. Game 2, Bills-Cowboys. Will Jerry Jones's message be received?
It better be, because if not, somebody's going to be out. But this is a must win for the Cowboys. They got to get it done.
When the game's over in Dallas, come right here for highlights and headlines and a look ahead to the Saints and Falcons in the late game. That's at 7:30 Eastern on NFL Total Access.
Thank you, Lindsay. Thank you, James. 3 games on the slate, so we've got a little game. Usually we play big deal or no big deal. Today, it is big meal or no big meal. I have a topic. You tell me if there's enough to make a meal of it, something to really chew on, or if it's just empty calories, which, by the way, today is the day for empty calories.
Empty calorie Christmas.
Elastic pants already on.
Yes.
Bears, Lions, 12:30 Eastern. Mitch Trubisky's been struggling through the air so far this season. He's 32nd in yards per game. Big meal or no big meal, Schrager? Trubisky threw for a season-high 278 last week.
No big meal, because it ain't about Mitch today, guys. It is the David Blau show. If you don't know David Blau, he is starting for the Lions. It is not about Trubisky and his struggles.
No, it's not.
It is Blau and his success. I am here for the story. Only the 3rd quarterback in NFL history to make his NFL debut on Thanksgiving Day. David Blau, welcome to your life. I'm here for it.
How do you feel about this clip right here being on the Football Life of David Blau?
It starts today, Kay.
A lot of people are not even going to know how to say this man's name.
Blau.
Blau. It's not Block or Blau. Blau. Okay.
All right, I'm going to go with
case.
big meal, but I'm just saying it's all about me. And if I'm Mitchell Trubisky, I got to look in the mirror and say the success on this team is about me. As he goes, this team will go. So it's a big deal that he threw for a better statistical game than what we've seen.
I'm going to go no big meal. You know, earlier in the show, Nate was referencing people who homebrew beer. Wheelhouse topic for Nate. Coming up, my thoughts on the show Empire. However, with the homebrewing, it's just, I look at Mitch, and it's just like, the homebrew guy swears it takes forever. You got to be really patient, and you wait, and it's just, it's still not good. And you're like, you know, maybe you shouldn't make beer next to some sporting equipment in the garage in a bucket. Maybe you shouldn't wait till week 13 to say, this is the year it tastes good, and you pour it out in the planter. I've waited a long time. I spent a lot of segments on this program saying, Mitch Trubisky's going to do it. I can't wait anymore. I'm on Team Blau. Blau is now.
Yeah,
Let's go.
This is the thing. It's taken 3 hours to get here. But
Blau is now.
Cowboys, Bills. The Bills, by the way, rank 3rd in the NFL in defending the pass. Big meal or no big meal? Nate, your boy Dak Prescott has better stats than any quarterback the Bills have faced this season. That includes Wentz, Mayfield, and Brady.
This is a big meal, and it's not necessarily about Dak's stats. It's about last week. They took that L and had a chance to beat the Patriots in Foxborough, and they didn't. And I feel like they're going to bounce back. I think this will be somewhat of a coming-out party, not for Dak Prescott. We've seen him play well before. Not for Ezekiel Elliott, the same thing with him, but for Kellen Moore. Kellen Moore, the offensive coordinator, will have a big day today.
It's funny because, you know, we've seen the Cowboys on primetime literally every week. It feels like we've seen the Cowboys in every big game, and here's the first time we're seeing the Bills. I'm going to say big meal because I think it's a coming-out party for that Bills defense. Guys like Tre'Davious White, guys like Tremaine Edmonds, guys like Ed Oliver, guys you don't hear about, Micah Hyde. This is their afternoon. This Bills defense is really good. It's really, really star-studded with young talent. And everyone talks about Leighton Vander Esch, this great linebacker on the Cowboys.
Right.
Guess who was taken before him? Tremaine Edmonds. Guess who's a much better linebacker right now? Tremaine Edmonds. I think that the Bills have a coming-out party on defense. Let's go with these guys.
I'm going to go no big meal. Sometimes things get weird on Thanksgiving. We used to do something called the Brant Bowl, which is a backyard football game. And for the count to rust the pasture, instead of 1 Mississippi, we'd say 1 rutabaga, 2 rutabaga. And then one day we said, let's actually try to make rutabaga. And now we have mashed rutabaga on our Thanksgiving table every single year. Stuff gets weird, including today when Buffalo will go to Jerry World and beat America's team on the strength of their defense.
Wow.
Dak be damned. I think they're going to win this. The real way to beat the Bills, you've seen this against Philly, you've seen it a couple times, is to run up the gut. So Zeke, run now or forever hold your peace, my friend. I think the Bills are going to win this game. 1 rutabaga, 2.
You don't do that at your house?
Kyle, just when I thought we was on the same page, we agreed on mashed potatoes. You're going to put that rutabaga right in between us, huh?
That rutabaga, we call ourselves. That's right, baby.
Oh,
That's
man.
it. We got called that.
Then
Ruta
there's
alpha.
the nightcap. What kind of shape are people
I'm a
in
beta.
the nightcap?
What kind
on the couch? What kind of
Yes.
shape?
Oh, yeah. We're doing the Lulu's, and we're turning on the Charlie Brown, and we're 5 scotches deep, and he gone.
And you don't want to talk to anybody in your family. You're sitting on the couch and watching football. Falcons
Bills win, though?
Bills win. I think the Bills win.
Saints. The Saints have a comfortable lead in the NFC South, very comfortable. They can clinch tonight. They're 9-2. They're the 2 seed in the NFC. So, Kyle, big meal or no big meal. Alvin Kamara, who you've talked about a lot, has gone 6 straight games without a scrimmage touchdown. What?
Huge big meal. You saw Sean Payton last week at halftime going into the half saying, we're going to get Alvin the ball. It's like someone going for their second plate in the second half. They're like, oh, I'm going to load up on this one. I know what's good already. Huge big deal. I think Alvin Kamara will have a massive game. Big meal.
No big meal.
Come on,
man.
Nate.
What are you talking about? Like, it's all about Mike Thomas.
Mike is good.
You weren't concerned about Pippen because it was all about Mike Jordan. So you're not concerned about Kamara because Mike Thomas is going to ball out.
No big meal. I think the Saints get their revenge on this one. I feel like it's 51-10 tonight. One of those Drew Brees shows silencing all the doubts. And maybe
I believe in Mac.
David Blau. We know we love John Dornbach. David Blau, huge magician, does card tricks.
Nice.
We're going to learn a lot about David Blau.
He's going to need some
Want to
magic
give TJ
today.
his last shout out?
Oh, yeah. Gagliardi, TJ.
Another magician.
Yeah, last day. Love you, bro.
He's disappearing. I
David
guess it's
Blau, yes, he is the rookie who is starting for the Lions up against Chicago. That game kicks off at 12:30 Eastern game day morning. Takes over here on NFL Network at 10 a.m. Eastern with Rich Eisen and all of your favorites. Now, as the 100th season continues here on Good Morning Football, we get to bring you more incredible stories of the events and the people that have shaped the NFL over the past 100 years. Here's another installment of the NFL 100 Minute.
Happy Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving, Mom and Dad. Nice.
Good job.
Good job, fellas.
Some might say it's not Thanksgiving without turkey and football. We have one person to thank for the latter. In 1934, new owner G.A. Richards scheduled his Lions to play the defending world champion Bears on Thanksgiving Day. The game was a huge success, and an annual tradition began. One of the most memorable matchups was played in 1962. Vince Lombardi's undefeated Packers were dominated by the Lions, handing Green Bay its only loss of the season. The Lions have hosted on Thanksgiving Day every year except for a 6-year gap during World War II. Over the years, the games have showcased exceptional talent.
Is he done it again? Or what?
Tremendous defense.
Picked up by the Lions.
And allowed stars to shine.
3 for Megatron. Happy Thanksgiving.
An idea born 85 years ago. Thanksgiving in the NFL. Now part of Americana.
Stacey Dale's joining us now from Detroit. It's a special year, a very special day for the Lions and their fans. How are the Lions honoring their history of this Thanksgiving tradition in 2019?
Well, they're definitely reminding their players. I know that Matt Patricia on Tuesday morning actually sat down with his team, Kay, and reminded them it all started here in 1934, and it was this rivalry. And he showed them pictures and different, really elements from the start of it all and why it's so important. This is the 80th game, but what I think is really cool is this is the first time, you guys, Barry Sanders will be back on a Thanksgiving game, the Hall of Fame running back, since he played for these Detroit Lions. It's been 20 years. He'll be back here today. We're going to interview him. That's going to air on game day morning. But the other thing that is going to be unveiled is his new shoe with Nike. It is awesome. The Air Zoom Turf Jet 97s. There are only 2,053 of these, you guys, if you see them there on the screen. That mimics his 1997 season when he ran for 2,053 yards. So they are celebrating his legacy today. He is an honorary captain. I can't wait to talk to him. He's one of the best ever. Of course, made our all-time 100 list, which is fantastic on NFL Network. One of 12 running backs, Kay. It's going to be fun to chat with him.
Nate is reaching through the screen, Stacey, trying to get those shoes. That is an incredible. We love them. And we have one request for you. You know, it's about football and family today. Khalil Mack's father, Sandy Mack, is apparently a big fan of our program and this network. So if you see him, he looks exactly like Khalil, like he's in the same shape and everything like that. If you see Sandy Mack, can you please pass along from Kay and Nate and Peter and Kyle that we say Happy Thanksgiving to him and his family, please? We love Sandy Mack.
I gotcha. He doesn't stand out at all, right? I mean, if you guys stood beside Khalil, what you all have, it's just incredible. The fact that those genetics are in this world. So I will look for his dad, you guys.
It'll be easy. That's awesome. Thank you, Stacey.
Stacey, I'll be in Park Ridge tomorrow. I'll look you up if you're back home.
Hey, the wine will be open.
Okay, I'll come over. I'll talk to you soon, and happy Thanksgiving.
I got you, girl.
From Stacey Dales, one of our favorites, to Will Silva, another one of our favorites. Our family is full of love today, and he's out in the newsroom in Culver. Take it away.
All right, thank you very much, Kate. By the way, this should bring back the Ruse as well. Have the Ruse and then those throwback shoes. I am all about it. That is so cool, to say the least. All right, let's get to the Eagles, and in particular, quarterback Carson Wentz. He has had exactly one touchdown pass in 5 straight games. That ties the longest streak of his career, but it looks like he could have some reinforcements on the way to try and end that streak. Philly could get 2 of their receivers back this week. Alshon Jeffrey has missed 2 games in a row with an ankle injury, while Nelson Aguilar missed last week with a knee injury, but both were limited participants in practice on Wednesday. Aguilar and Jeffrey are 2nd and 3rd on the team, respectively, in receptions. Earlier this week, the 49ers spreading Thanksgiving cheer as they served Thanksgiving dinner to more than 300 people in need. The team also providing toiletries and 2019 game day giveaways to all those in attendance. Hello, Mike McGlinchey. As we all know, San Francisco and their top-ranked defense will be tasked with slowing down Lamar Jackson and the Ravens and that high-powered offense. This will be a rematch of Super Bowl 47, a game won by the Ravens, and Baltimore safety Earl Thomas thinks it could be a preview of another Super Bowl appearance, at least for his team.
An outside narrative this week is that this could be a Super Bowl preview. What do you make when you hear talk like that?
Super Bowl preview, you think the 49ers going to the Super Bowl? It could be. Let's see. We just go out there and try to play the best football we can possibly do, and when the Super Bowl comes, whoever we play, they're going to be in trouble.
He's confident. I like it. He's into his team. He's talking about the Super Bowl in the tense that we love to hear from. And think of all those great characters out there with Brandon Williams, Mark Ingram. It is awesome. I love hearing that from the Ravens.
Hoodie Earl. I love it. Just that
Hoodie Earl, that's the guy. You
keeping
like that
it
look?
real.
He's on a whole different level this year.
He's on a I don't give a...
Marcus Peters might be there with him.
It's all going down.
Sprinkle a little Mark Ingram in there.
Thank you so much, Will. In many ways, Thanksgiving's about appreciating the simple things we might take for granted. Calder Hodge is a young Lions fan and a double amputee. He serves as an inspiring example of overcoming considerable challenges and drawing strength from the things that matter most.
We heard Calder's story in a team meeting.
He's a unique kid, and his energy just kind of jumps right out at you.
We get done with stretch, you want to grab the kid, bring him out?
Be on an NFL field and throw a touchdown. It's been my goal my whole life.
When he was born, all I saw was his sweet little face. They immediately took him out of the room, and my husband had to come in and tell me there was something wrong.
You can see the full feature on Calder Hodge coming up on game day morning, which takes over for us at 10 a.m. Eastern in just about 15 minutes, and I urge you to stay tuned for that. More Good Morning Football on the way. 3 games on the docket. Mitch Trubisky has been struggling. We all know it, but we'll give you one reason why he could be a Thanksgiving hit.
Yeah, don't blow it, Mitch. Come on.
Don't blow it, not today.
Blow it.
And we've got you thinking about it for 3 hours now, and we've got you covered all morning long.